we're live.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all acknowledgement, honor, glory, praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakakadash.
Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai is the name of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, who the world would ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists. That's the Most High. And Yahushai meaning He, deliverer. Bahashem just means in the name. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Gmsla that have taught us this truth. And they continue to teach us. And Shalom to our brothers doing His mighty and powerful works in hopes of salvation. So we're going to go into current news, current events, prophecies. You know, you got a lot of prophecies peaking that are about to come to life. You know, sedition among men, civil war, you know, Jacob's trouble, martial law. You got World War III brewing. You know, you got a lot of events going on that are going to lead to the Lord's return, which is the ultimate prophecy. Go ahead.
It's Hosea 8:1. It says, "Set the trumpet to thy mouth, he shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord." All right. Go on.
And the trumpet is being blown on both sides. The prophets have been blowing the trumpet, warning you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that the devil is going to come down in great wrath.
Yeah.
All right? Esau is about to come like his time is up. You know, and he's not going to spare nobody. You know, he's going to put all you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to death. Not just because of pure hatred, but because it's the Most High's wrath. The Most High is very angry with you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Alright? The scripture says the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. So the Most High is pissed off at you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Alright? Read it again.
It says, "Set the trumpet to thy mouth, he shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant."
And we're the only ones blowing that trumpet. You got all these other camps, they focusing on the wrong things. They focusing on deep breaking down the breakdowns. You know? They focusing on money, they focusing on the look. We blowing the trumpet to warn. Like, look, your life is about to be in danger out here. President Trump, Donald Trump, is that cruel king. Right? He's about to do cruelty to you tribes, man.
You know, we all know what this is, man. You know, he's trying to force that martial law.
Yep.
All right, he's coming in with that great wrath like it's spoken. All right, they know they have but a short time. All right, ultimately, the main thing that is going to be pushed, we see what's going on in the news. All right, with all these bombings over there in Tel Aviv and Israel and all that shit. But we know the main thing that's going to be pushed out before that, it's going to be that mark. All right, you know, that's something these other camps don't talk about. They'll skip right to World War III, but what has to happen before that? All right, that device that's spoken of in Revelation 13:16 on down. So back in Hosea 8:1, it says, "He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant, and trespassed against my law." No. They have trespassed against my law.
And that's why the Lord is sending the so-called white man as an eagle.
Yeah.
The military is an eagle. What's being deployed right now in LA? Marines. You know, soldiers. When the Most High wanted to bring wrath against the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel, alright, the southern and the northern kingdom, he sends the military. Alright? So, we're in those times, man. Prepare to see the military in your hoods, by your grocery stores, you know, by your favorite movie theater, you know, by your favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, prepare to see them everywhere.
It's spoken of that in Ezra. They shall desire to go into the city,
but shall not be able.
Yeah. Hey man, a lot of that is coming to lockdown, man. And there's nothing There's nothing people can do to upset prophecy.
And that means draconian measures are going to be in place. You know, you can't go out this certain time. You got to go inside your house before the sun goes out. There's about to be some crazy ass laws out here to justify putting you tribes together.
This is Joel 2, and start at 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound an holy alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Yahushai cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Hey, it says a holy alarm. This is a different type of alarm. Alarm, they have an alarm that will, like these doomsday prepper. Yeah, get it together, it's coming.
Yeah.
No, this alarm, it warns you how to save yourself from the danger. You know, by seek, like it tells you in Amos 5, seek ye the Lord and live. This is a different type of alarm. It's a warning and an outcalling of mercy at the same time, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
It says, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, and there hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So this thing is coming, and it's going. This is the Most High's final judgment against His people, Israel, man.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is for Israel, because we're going to get the white man in the kingdom.
Yeah.
We're going to get his basically in the kingdom. Okay, this is for you Jakes out here, man. Okay, that's why you think that ICE is coming for you Jakes. Okay, and all these other immigrants over here, they ain't going against them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only you Jakes, man. Because this is the Lord setting it up. Okay, all that stuff that's happening out here with ICE, it's all set up by design. Okay, Esau set it up. He hired those people to go out there. Okay, how do they know everybody knows to go out there at that same time? Okay, at a particular time, at a particular day. You know, it's because it's all set up. They pay them big money.
It's a fear tactic.
Yeah. Okay. It's all to get this thing rolling, to get martial law. They already got a curfew on out there. Yeah, it's already on. Okay.
Hey, people ain't got jobs, so $6,000 to $15,000, you know they gonna be out there. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, Zephaniah 1:14, point being verse 17, back
Making you more activities sa kali.
Zephaniah 1:14, that great day of the Lord is near, and hasten greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahushai, and the mighty men shall cry their bitterly.
wait, the great day of the Lord, mighty men are gonna be crying bitterly? Is it a great day of evil that's gonna be happening? A great day of judgment? Yes. A lot of judgment going out. You know? It's gonna be a terrible day. The mightiest of the mightiest, men that are hard to break. Crying like little bitches. Alright? It's gonna be terrible.
Hey, because if you don't have the Lord on that day, you have no hope ultimately. All right, the Lord ain't with you. Who can save you?
I just read it. It said this is a time like never before, and that there'll never be a moment. It's been some terrible times. We've gone through terrible times, man. And it's going to be worse than those times. Okay? And it's never going to happen again. So this is the Most High's final judgment on Israel. Okay? And He's going to bring it hard. Okay? He's going to make you remember. You're going to remember this. Okay? You're going to really wish that you would have listened to the men of the Lord. You're going to be wishing. You're going to be looking for the men of the Lord. You're going to be looking. You know?
East to west. That's
Yeah.
what it say, man.
You
Your
gonna,
favorite word.
yeah, it says you're gonna look for the wine in the streets, but you're not gonna find it. Okay? Only thing you're gonna find is your destruction. Okay? And your mourning. Okay, because this is the day of the Lord. You 2/3 out here that said back in the day when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, let his blood be upon us and our children. Now it's coming to pass. It's going to come to pass. Okay.
It says, haste greatly, but it is coming quick. Read that in NLT. It says, swiftly it comes. The day of bitter tears. All right? It's right around the corner. Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness, gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Indignation. This is touched down. 200 million mushroom clouds, man. Gloomy, darkness, confusion. It'll be a bad day. Verse 16. A day of a trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men. They shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shai.
So it's for 2/3 judgment. It says distress upon men. If people are stressing out now, how much more when all hell break loose?
Yeah.
They're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it.
You're going to be a basket case as they used to say back in the day. Basket cases.
Because think about it, not no one returns to those days. Alright, the brother said it's going to be a time like no other. Alright, encompassing anything we ever went through as a nation.
And all these proud women, like the women walking by, all these women, and they're going to lose their pride. They're going to be coming up to the men of the Lord like in droves, okay, trying to get saved, trying to get protection, okay. For now, since Esau has them lifted up, they don't want to have nothing to do with the men of the Lord, okay. They're the ones saying in Micah 7:10, where is the Lord your power?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hey, like it also says in Micah, she is that is my enemy, shall be like fire in the streets.
Right, exactly. All right, because no man gonna save y'all. Y'all, you showing how you feel about men on the internet every day. You know, calling men shit. We don't need men. Oh, we don't even need men. What? Okay, how did you get here? How did you get on the earth from a man? All the women you come out of your father. You're more like your father than your mother because you come out of your father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it says, woe to them that are at ease. Women.
Yep.
Women that's walked up, having dressed out.
Yep.
You know, Sunday dress, Saturday, or sundress, or whatever. It's totally at ease, man. She's not being messed up state in that day, man. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, their power. And how about Yahweh Shai? The blood shall be poured out as dust, and the flesh as the dung. The point is, because they have sinned against the Lord, so we have this destruction that's coming up. It's time to take up trouble. All three gentlemen, 2/3 of our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Northern Kingdom is feeling it right now, but hey, the majors are coming from the southern tribes too, man.
Have y'all bro seen those horror movies like Jason when he's chasing somebody? But the person is in fear. They don't know when death, the news is gonna pop up. They don't know when death is gonna get them. But they're out, just moving about in fear of their life. You know, scared. At any corner they could die. At any moment the horror or the killer could catch up to them. That's how people gonna be out here. Everywhere they're going, they don't know if it's their last step. You know, because danger gonna be everywhere, man. Yeah, that's their Amos. You should escape
You ran from a lion
and a bear.
and a bear. Okay.
And then he went into the house to rest, and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent did him.
Exactly.
Like these zombie movies out here. It's gonna be like video games, man. Or like Call of Duty and all that shit. Guess what? Hey, gonna put to that test.
That's why Ezra's like, when he seen the vision, he's like, woe is me! Woe is me! Who shall deliver me from these days? He was scared. You know?
Because he understood that he was going to be back. He understood reincarnation.
Yeah.
Verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them from the day of the Lord's wrath. And the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
They trust in their silver and their gold right now. They trust in their riches right now. That's how they keep us from faith. Their riches. They're over there and we're over here. They're over there rich and we're over here poor. Okay? But in that day, those riches not going to make a difference. They're going to be trying to offer those riches. You know what I'm saying? In order to get saved.
You ever seen sinners?
Yeah.
He's like, I got money. Sinners, he was like a guy, so he's like, hey, I got money.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's how a lot of people gonna be out here. I got goods. I got money before they die and shit. You know?
Physical currency is out the gate, man. It's going to be done away with. It's going to be that digital currency. And plus, it's going to say, those that labor in vain. It's paraphrasing. All these people that work hard, work their way up the corporate ladder, people that work hard, start a business or whatever to get all this money. And it doesn't matter. We just read, neither silver nor gold shall be able to deliver you the day of the Lord's wrath. Right?
And it's prophecy that they're gonna cast their silvers in the street. You know, so what does that mean? The scripture says money's a defense. That means that defense is gonna go away. That money can't save you. You can't buy your way out of judgment. You know.
Well, you can't eat gold. You can't eat silver.
Yeah.
In a day, that's the time. Even though gold is valuable, silver is valuable for things, but in that day, it's not going to be able to buy food and stuff that you really need. Because why would you exchange something that you can't really use for something? It's a broken play.
Ultimately, you can't bribe the people who listen. You ain't gonna be able to bribe the Putin in that launch button. This friend says, the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. Say, 10th part of the city fell. The whole land of America, right? The East Coast to the West Coast. And he shall make a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. It will take 1 hour to destroy this place, man. It's a speedy riddance, man. And we're celebrating 250 years of the U.S. military. I'm doing some military parade right now. 250 years. It'll take 1 hour to destroy this place. Man.
That's right.
Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 17. It says, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. It shall be upon all faces, baldness upon all their heads. When it says they shall gird themselves with sackcloth and baldness upon their heads, when our people were mourning, it was a custom of ours to put on sackcloth, to take off a kingly garment, put on sackcloth as a sign of mourning, and also with shaving our heads was a sign of mourning. You know, you may, like, for another example, you have the Egyptians. They did the opposite. When Joseph, when he was mourning for his father, he didn't shave his head. He let his hair grow. Yeah. So when it says, you shall gird the sun sackcloth, shave head, baldness, basically representing how we're to be in mourning for what's to come. But then it gets so bad, people have no idea. Like it says, you're in the flesh. You not know what to do. You're going to be in a state of mourning. Okay? It's what's coming upon earth and what's happening in your lives. But it says, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. And their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Right, man, you got a lot of gates that sold their souls to make it in this world. Alright, but that all the money you have is not going to be able to deliver you from the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, the scripture does say money is a defense, right? Yes. But in the wrath of the Lord, it ain't going to be a defense. Alright, Proverbs 11:1, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath. Alright, when you people finally realize that the money you have in your bank account, the money, the stack of cash you have in your safe, is worth nothing, man. So it's gonna be like that Winston Iron Legend all over the floor.
Yeah.
Alright, just left as trash. That's what it really is. The dollar is just a piece of paper that's not backed by nothing. That's why you're a fool for trusting it.
That's what
Okay?
they do. They trust in that money, and they put that over the Lord. While they have money, the Lord don't matter. Okay? They put the Lord behind them because they got it. And they're gonna, like I said earlier, they're gonna wish that they had got with the Lord. Okay? Because nothing else did to save them but the Lord in that time. Nothing.
You finished with that, bro? This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and 17. It says, hast thou not procured? Okay. It's Jeremiah 2 and 27. It says, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us.
Hey, that's when everyone wants to see the Most High. You know, when they're in deep shit,
Yeah.
when they're about to face death, when the enemy come in, you know, the military invade their homes, about to capture their families, their daughters, their children. That's when they want to be like, Lord, save us. You know? But hey, the Lord is going to tell you, pray to the gods that you chose. You know, you want to worship money, you want to worship stone, you want to worship Virgin Mary, let her save you. You know? Mammon. Let Mammon save you.
Was there more to that?
Nah, that was it.
This is Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place, so they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. So like the brother is going into it. All right, when everything is in trouble, it's mayhem. That's when they want to seek the Lord. But it doesn't work like that. Like the brother was saying earlier. All right, call on those idols that you call on. Jesus Christ. All right, Jesus. All right, Jehovah. Call on them. See if they'll save you.
But you live your whole life calling on him.
Yeah.
Okay? You live your whole life trusting in him. And then when the truth came to you, you told the truth, hey, get away from me. I don't want to hear that. I believe this is what I believe in. I believe in Children for here.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't believe in the Howard Shy. This is your Howard Shy stuff, man. Okay? And then when the time that you really believe in your Howard Shy, okay, you're not going to be able to access him. Okay, because you live your whole life like that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Your father is serving the gate. Move far from me, vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me the food convenient for me. Which I before to deny me. Say, who is the Lord? Which I before still take the name for my power and name. You know, company, you know, that money, you know, like you're the same. You can deny the Lord. You're going to call upon only, you're going to start catching hell. You're going to race, you know? So you want your food to be for you, riches will come. And this is for that day.
And they did give us diligence. You know, like we're doing. We give diligence to make our calling. Okay? We're dependent on the Lord. We're putting all of our eggs in one basket. You know how they tell you don't put all your eggs in one basket? We're putting all of our eggs in the basket of Yahweh Shai because we trusted him, we believe him, and we obey him, man. Okay? That's exactly what we do. Alright.
Yeah, you want to go back to prophecy?
Yeah. Oh, actually.
Oh, you wanted Jeremiah 6 and 17?
Yeah.
Okay. So, book of Jeremiah 6 and 17. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken.
So the Most High has set up his watchmen to pay attention to the times and to warn you. You know, watchmen that are actually going to do their job. You know, that are diligently pumping out these videos, telling you, hey, the military's about to move on y'all.
Yeah.
You know, Trump is about to come after these so-called Negroes now.
Yeah. Yeah, Akim have been saying this way before any of this even happened. All right, you know, and you have just Jake that dismissed it. All right, like it says in the verse, they hearken not.
Yeah, they don't want to listen. Jake don't want to listen, man. So the Most High is going to send evil against Jake because they don't want to listen. The scripture says a prudent man foreseeth the time and hideth himself. You know, the wise are going to come into the truth and hide in the Lord. You know, they're safe haven. But the fool observeth not time or passeth on and is punished. So they're walking into danger. Don't even know it. You know?
It says, verse 18, therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among you, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil. I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it.
Yep, they rejected the Lord. And guess what? The Lord's going to reject you in the day of evil. When you're facing the barrel of a so-called white nationalist and you're calling on God, hey, when you get put to death, that's the Most High rejecting you. You know?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, and just to link it up, it says Proverbs 1 and I'll start at 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her word, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
And so they heard us all throughout the city. This is wisdom, crying without. Israel, all of these Hispanics, Native Americans, they heard brothers out here in the city, man. You know, for years.
Highways have information there, the internet.
Yes, sir. But they wanted to be, just dig their heads in the sand, man. Per se, man. I ignore this truth. Go ahead.
But we have a few people that come out and was like, look, we've been seeing y'all for 2 years.
Yeah.
Some people actually admit seeing us for years here and they want to say something to us, but they never really got the chance or they never had time.
Yeah.
But hey, they're hearing us in the cities, man, all across America.
Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Right? And show my people their transgression, the house of Jacob their sins.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what we've been doing. We've been doing it. We've been crying aloud. And you cry aloud, people hear you. Okay? They've heard it. But they turn the shoulder. It's like, you know what, I'll get that later. I'll deal with that later. It's interesting, yeah. But I got this real pressing thing. Supposed to be the real
Like they don't have time.
right?
Well, if you walking down the street and a woman wants to talk to you, you gonna make time for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of dick, you know. Well, you got some dicks that they see us, they get out the car, you know, they park their car, they come home, oh, I had to see you, man. That's the right spirit, man.
Yeah.
But we know it's not for everybody, man. The scriptures say that. We all heard it. Where he did a prophet is not being mixed with faith.
Yep.
Faith wasn't given to everybody, man. So we can't, hey, the Lord, it's deeper than us. You know, the Lord got them blinded.
Yeah.
But that don't mean it's not consequences for you not taking heed to the word of the Lord. And that's how it works out, man. You know?
And the scripture says, have they not heard? The sound went out. The sound went throughout the whole earth. So You know, even with all that's going on, you still hear the trumpet being blown. You still hear brothers on the highways and byways, but our people don't want to listen.
I mean, the doors of mercy is still open.
Yeah, bro.
And you got what, over 15? I don't know if y'all going to talk about it. You got over 1,500 protests happening simultaneously nationwide. So that's all you know. Then you got Israel and Iran going back and forth. You saw to blow some shit up or do something out here and blame it on Iran. Easy way.
That's what he's doing now. He's blaming all these protests on like the so-called Mexicans and stuff, you know, but it's Esau out here doing that shit.
He's the one that's
He's formulating it.
provoking them.
Right. He's the one that's orchestrating it. Okay? Telling them when to come, what day, what time, and how much money they're gonna get paid.
And you got agents.
Yeah. Basically all of them are agents.
What I think is they're positioning, you know, they got the Marines, they got all these people out here. They're positioning to be ready for something.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping, you know, that they do something out here, man.
They set up all those protests and stuff to be able to do something, man. They setting it up. Okay. How many people do you know knew when to go out there? You know anybody that know when to go out there? When all this shit was gonna happen? It happened on a certain day. Okay, it happened June 6th, right? June 6th. Yeah. What was it? 2025. When you add 2025 up the numbers, it comes out to be 9. If you turn that upside down, that's 6. It's 666. It's all orchestrated, man.
And come to find out, James Soros was behind all of this. George. I say James. George Soros.
Same motherfucker behind Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You go undercover stop right there.
That's how they do though. You know, they exercising their power by trying to go undercover and doing things undercover so they can come with their what is it? Their martial law. Okay, their plans, whatever they plan on doing, like they brought in the Marines, the National Guards and stuff. They doing that for a reason.
All it takes is somebody can shoot a gun, somebody can throw something at the wrong wing, motherfucker on a bad day. There you go, boom, it's gonna set it off.
Yeah.
But it's only gonna set it off when the Lord allows it to set it off, man. You know, you got people on the edge of their seat over there. The whole Israel and Iran going back and forth. Man, first of all, they ain't pushed the chip yet, man.
Right.
They ain't made that law yet.
Yeah.
So we know they ain't about to be missiles flying today. You know? But other people don't know that. They think it's about to go down. Nah, man. We still got more left to go.
Protest. That Satan should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, it's evil schemes. When you look at other translations, it's evil schemes. Problem, reaction, solution. That's part of his evil scheme. Order out of chaos. You know, that's what they want. That's how they're going to create order. That's how they're going to get order, establish order. It's through the chaos, man.
That's right.
And they're the ones fanning the flames.
Yeah.
If that's the correct word, fanning the flames or whatever it's called. They're the ones that do it.
That's right.
You know, they're the ones that's the aggressor against Iran. That's them.
Yeah.
No one else is the aggressor but the fucking Edomite, man.
And Habakkuk, the second chapter, speaks about how he enlarges the hoarding. He doesn't keep at home pretty much. All right, this is the main man. He's the one that pushes violence on the whole world. He's the one that took peace away from the earth, like it tells you.
They didn't want to make it seem like he's the one. He's the peacemaker. You're not the peacemaker, man.
And he tried to make himself look like the victim.
Yeah, the victim, the hero, everything. But you're the one that's constantly telling them what they can do with their nuclear stuff, man.
Yeah.
That ain't your business.
No.
You know, you can't tell them what to do with their missiles, but you got missiles.
Yeah, that's their own country.
Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here, man. They're constantly killing their commanders and shit.
It's just like over here.
They've been doing that, man. I'm surprised Iran ain't really flipping out. But it's how Bashim outside, man.
It's like they do over here. They came over here and took this land and declared the people whose land it is to be illegal.
Yeah. Right?
Okay, come on now.
This was so-called Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. And now the Mexicans, they want to put them out with their own land and claim their land for themselves. Okay, we're the people. Here's your papers. Okay, who told you you could stay over here? Who gave you the right?
And Sakar got the audacity to be mad at Judah.
Yeah.
How about you take your anger to the Esau, man? To the white man.
The so-called black man's fault that Esau is coming down on him.
And they've been showing more hate to Judah more than Esau has.
See, but even that's Esau. Even that's Esau. Esau's the one that's doing that, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that's pushing that narrative, man. Esau's a crappy bitch, man. You know? And our people fall for it at the time. Now Judah is our people again. You know?
He's the devil. Don't devil means deceiver? Yeah. Okay, he's the great deceiver, man.
See, but everyone ain't able to see it. We see it through the spirit of the Lord. We see it, man.
Yeah, and he's Satan. And Satan is what? The adversary. Okay? And he's playing all those roles, man. He's playing them out, man. The wicked. Okay?
You can't stop this though, man. You know? You might cause division amongst 2/3, but you can't cause division amongst the elect, man.
That's right.
Those who we are, man.
You know, right now, see that you start beefing. Eventually, you're gonna get together. It's good when you get together. Esau becoming like a madman, spare none. All right, killing your tribe, man. It's gonna be evident who the enemy is. That you gotta put your differences aside with action. You know, you tell Ishmael, what we've been through the same shit too. We've been oppressed.
I seen even a Brazilian woman talking about it. She was talking about how on the East Coast, you got basically the northern kingdom tribes, Judah get together, man. She been living in LA, and she can see the division. But who's causing the fucking division? Tribe Issachar, man. Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody else tripping but the fucking Issachar. The Lord gonna kill a lot of you Mexicans, man. A lot of you, man. A lot of you got a problem with the tribe of Judah, man.
Right. Because they think they're a nation.
Get that Isaiah 11, man.
They think they're a nation on their own.
Yeah, they're weird, man. Y'all weird, man. Y'all weird as hell, man. Judah Bible everybody.
You're so proud of your culture. You don't know who you are.
You're weird, man. You're not Mexican, man.
You're speaking Spanish. Who originally got that language?
Right.
All right? It was the Spaniards when they put you in slavery.
They know that, but they choose to forget about that.
Yeah. That's why I be laughing at them videos, man. Motherfuckers at the car lot, dip. Motherfuckers at Home Depot, dip.
Hey, you know they came back the second day for that same car?
I don't know, man. I just think it's funny as hell, man. Out here being terrorized, man. That ain't nothing, bro. They just deported you, man.
And it's a blessing to you.
Yeah, they just deported them.
I got some. Isaiah 11 to 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
Yeah, he's gonna be Indian, man. And really the tribe is Issachar, man. If you go over on the east, you don't know what tribe anybody from, man. They just blend really well. But you come over here to the west, Issachar got a problem with everybody, man.
Hey, you know when that envy really started? During the time of King David and King Solomon. You know, that's why when they came up to Rehoboam, King Solomon's son, and asked him, "Would you ease the pain that your father has bestowed on us?" He said, "Lord, put the spirit of Rehoboam, counsel with his friends, tell Rehoboam to I will go harder. All right, but the Northern Kingdom's always been envying the Southern people, man.
For no reason.
Man, if I can find that account, but finishing off, it says
It's really just a tribe of Issachar, man. I like it. You know, I ain't got fans Issachar, but y'all really just be tripping for no reason, man. I grew up amongst Issachar. I know, man. I used to have Issachar friends, best friends. I know, man. You know, they Issachar woman. Father don't want nothing to do with me, man. I know, man. That motherfuckers got an issue with us, man.
Like I said, that's part of the curses.
Yeah, they really go back to the curse.
They really do. Hey, because even among the tribes, Zebulon and Issachar, that's always been a thing as well.
But who's the one that's got a problem with Issachar?
Yeah.
Somebody get that one where the Lord said he broke the brotherhood, man.
Let me finish this. It says, envy also of Ephraim shall depart, the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
And it starts right now. Starts with the true men of the Lord. Not just looking on color, but looking at it's all spiritual. It's the tribes, man, coming together through the Spirit of the Lord. Not over color or some gang stuff. You know, it's beautiful union, man. That's why there's Ezekiel, was it 37? The stick joined one together. You know, so the unity started with the truth, man. And then it's rubbing off on our people. But yet you still have our people, you know, under the curses.
They don't know what's going on. It's all right. And then you got Issachar joining up with Esau in the prisons, man. Against Judah. Like, what the freak? What is that, man? You know what I'm saying? What the hell is that? You think you were Edomite? You think you were a Spaniard, huh?
They didn't go with the power.
That's right. You gonna join the oppressors?
So Zechariah 11:14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel.
That was the Lord ultimately that broke that brotherhood.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it, you know, come back together through the Lord's service, man.
Right. Here in Cali, look at your eyes around. They should go hang together. Brother, it's all but
Yeah, God.
to the world, it's oxygen.
Yeah. Hey,
Like that.
when we hold the class every Saturday, brothers give personal testimonies how it was like back then. All right, you know, they were not fucking with that, man. Jake looked at the brothers funny, man. All right, because Northern and Southern Kingdom were together. All right, giving them all manner of help.
Love going out with the farm, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, we both that I know, but the world was a black and Mexican man. You know? Power in that, though.
Come in like a flood. It's hard to stay right. They're gonna have to. Hard, man, like it's coming down hard right now. With the ice stuff.
Oh, now they added, now they're saying Donald Trump is telling them women need to support themselves. Cubans, Asians, Nicaraguans, however you say that, in another country. I think there's 4 different countries.
They're already sending a bunch of Colombians over there in the prison in Salvador. All right, you know, they fucking like tribes that weren't born there, you know?
But I'm sure you got a lot of, I think it was Cubans and Asians. That's Levi and Manasseh over there in Florida, man.
Yeah.
You know, he got, remember, I almost got sent a clip of that sheriff down there in Florida. What he was saying, man.
Yeah.
He was saying during the protest, if you do this, you do that.
And they don't fuck around over there, man. Hey, because they got open carry over there as well, shit, man. So, fucking a lot of chaos is happening.
And he said if you touch one of them, they gonna send for your family to identify your body.
Yes,
He
Yeah.
made some heavy threats. Man.
Heavy.
Heavy
I
thing
never
ain't
once
gonna
thought
play
about
the
that.
same.
Yeah.
You know?
I
But that's what the Edomites want. They've been prepared for this.
Yeah.
They stocked up. Okay, they locked and loaded, man.
Oh, yeah.
They've been ready for this. They can't wait for it to happen, man.
That's why they're picking a fight, you know, with
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah. And they know they see the men of the Lord on the street, they know their time is short. Okay, because they can't stop what we're doing. They can't stop this. So they gotta do what they gotta do.
And this ice stuff is bringing out a lot more. We saw it throwing their hate, you know?
Yeah.
Have you seen the comments?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of I've seen the hatred on the comments. Do they eat a mic? That's the only time y'all gonna show y'all hate, man.
Yeah.
It's on behind fucking computer or a phone, man. You ain't gonna be out here in real life showing that shit.
Well, you know, the same day they were protesting, you supposedly had a protest in Beverly.
No,
That was fake.
That was an outrage. I got some. I was trying to come earlier. How one king was had empty over Judah. This is 2 Samuel chapter 20, verse 41. It says, "And behold, all the men of Israel came to the king and said unto the king, Why have our brethren, the men of Judah, stolen thee away, and have brought the king and his household and all David's men with them over Jordan?" What tribe was King David from? From tribe of Judah, right? And all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, Because the king is near of kin to us. Wherefore then be ye angry for this matter? Have we eaten at all of the king's cause, or hath he given us any gift? And the men of Israel answered the men of Judah and said, We have 10 parts in the king. And referring to the 10 tribes. All right, when the prophet went to Jeroboam, he grabbed his garment, divided it into what? How many parts? 10 pieces, representing the 10 tribes of the northern kingdom. Each one being a head. Okay? It says, we have 10 parts in the king, and have also more right in David than ye. Why then did you despise us, that our advice should not be first had in bringing back our king? The words of the men of Judah were fiercer than the words of the men of Israel. There was always tension. You know, tension. That's happening in the family, you know. Brothers fight at times. You have sisters fight at times. How much more our nation?
This part is tripping. This part is tripping. No fucking reason.
Yeah.
Dark skinned people, man.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's because Esau tolerates them more than every other tribe, bro. There's a fishing in work. You know,
That's how they
We're
pride
all
themselves.
fishing and working.
Hey, I be telling Jake, this is how I work, man. Like, man, you covered up, you got long sleeve sweater. I'm like, man, you gonna die of heat stroke. Why? Besides doing the dark. It's dark. It's a good thing. They ask me, like, why you wearing a shirt? Why you wearing a shirt? Like, I'm wearing a dark. But they hate being dark. You know, you got Jake, you got this kind of almost as dark as me. Hiding from the sun. You know?
and the family makes fun of them. Well, when I first came from Jamaica to Point in California, I witnessed that whole race division and it was always Issachar going after Judah. Judah was like, they don't even fucking with them.
Think about it.
Lion guy.
Oh, yeah, the line.
Yeah, lion guy. He eat lions. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Downtown, he asked, do we eat lions? You know what he also said? He said Issachar should be the head tribe.
Was he
That's how they feel, bro.
Oh yeah, they used to get really offended. Remember back in the day, bro? They used to get, why are we at the bottom? Why are we at the bottom? Bro, you made a good turn, bro. It don't matter, bro.
It's like you can't be a public elect member. You know, just looking for 1,000 last. I don't care. I'm just happy that I'm
They're
part.
already thinking about the wrong thing.
Yeah, come on.
They really used to do that, man. They don't do that no more, though. They used to be like, why are we at the bottom? It was when it was newer to everybody, you know? In Hollywood. Now they used to.
I got something else.
And that's why the Lord started with the tribe of Judah first. So the northern kingdom will lift up their head against Judah. Man, imagine if they were the head tribe.
Lord already had it set up that he was going to be a head tribe.
It would be bad, man. But I mean, if they were the head tribe, then that's what the Lord wanted. Then everything's really good. It is what it is. Whatever the Lord wants.
This is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
That's why Esau was able to say it's a black Hebrew Israelites. You know, so the Lord raised up Judah for them.
Yeah, man, the Lord woke up Judah, and then the North had to submit to Judah. If you wanted to learn this knowledge, you had to learn it through so-called black men. You know?
They had it first.
I got something. This is Isaiah chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up toward Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it. So back then, you had the northern kingdom, they linked up Syria and the enemy, tried to take down Judah, man. Right? Verse 2. And it was told the house of David, saying, Syria is confederate with Ephraim, and his heart was moved in the heart of his people, as the trees of the wood are moved with the wind. And like if you go like around in the late gang areas in LA, you had Ishakar, they linked up with the Aryan Brotherhood, trying to kill, take down Judah. Yeah, you had a lot of these Ishakars moving into black neighborhoods, trying to force black people out of the area, you know. But it says, verse 3. Then said the Lord unto Isaiah, Go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Sherajash, thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fullest fields, and say unto me, Take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted, for the two tails of the smoking fire brands, for the fierce anger of Rezin, of Syria, and of the son of Remaliah, because Syria, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against me, saying, Let us go up against Judah and vex it. Let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabil. So they're trying to basically take down the tribe of Judah, man. Alright? Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people. What eventually happened to Ephraim and the rest of the northern kingdom? They got carried away into captivity. Okay, and we did have certain northern kingdom that did ride with southern. They came back and they lived with Judah. Alright? You can read that in New Testament. It says women of Asher. Alright, but you got the majority they went over there, got carried off to the Syrian captivity. Alright, and then now they're over here in America. There's a lot of you northern kingdom don't know your history, man. Okay? You want to pride yourself for being a Mexican, you're an Israelite. You're far more greater than a Mexican.
Yeah, it goes deeper than being Aztec, whatever that was called.
And it shows those different wicked, man. Sacrificing your own people, killing your own people, man, oppressing your own people, man. Just like you're doing today with the fucking cartel.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they were eating each other's heart, man, sacrificing people to sun gods, man.
And that's why the Heavenly Father brought the Christopher Columbus and the Spaniards over here, man.
Yeah.
As a punishment. Okay? We always doing wickedness. The Lord saw that, right? You can get away with it, said, you put my sword. Alright? Literally, Christopher Columbus had a sword that you could not let go of, man.
Hey, that's why that quote from Apocalypto is so hard when it first begins. Roughly, I forget how it's phrased, but it says a civilization is only destroyed within, All right, you know, and hey, that's all the wickedness, like the brother was saying, that Jake was doing, man. That was their destruction. And that's what got them at the end of the day. That's why the Lord came so hard with the conquistadors.
When you was reading, going through the history, the same Assyrians they teamed up against Judah was the same Assyrians that took them into captivity, right?
Yeah, Assyrians.
Yeah, Assyrians. Yes, same. Teaming up with the enemy and trying to against Judah, and then you got taken down by the enemy. Eventually. So right now, you know you're getting taken down by the enemy. You know, the one that you was teaming up against Judah, trying to keep Judah out of the way. You know, you was helping oppress Judah. You know, when the scripture says they were all oppressed together.
Yeah, no. Let's see the chapter. Continue to read on with the Lord told King Ahaz, King of Judah that time, and I'll give you a son, a sign. The young woman shall give birth. So from the son he shall call his name Emmanuel. Yahweh's with us. Musa is with us. Alright, and that young woman was speaking of Mary. Okay, he gave birth to Yahweh Shai. Alright?
We go back to prophecy. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and I'll start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and the sword in their hands."
So we see the sword being exercised abroad. So we see the sword being used abroad on other nations. The sword is going to be used here in America. You know, all these robots, drones, you know, high level weaponry, you know, they're going to be used here in America.
It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
So what would make people not regard their king or rulers? Is it because they're going to see that the government don't give a fuck about them? They're going to see that the government is against them.
It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
So the government right now, George Soros is trying to fund these rioters to riot all across the country so they can bring in martial law. And that sedition you're looking for is biblical. It's going to happen. You know, it's going to be a sedition that you can't control, Esau. All right? The Most High is going to bring a different type of wrath out here. All right? You can't control the chaos. You're going to try to control it by bringing the military, you know, but yet you're going to have a whole bunch of militias trying to fight against the government out here. So it's going to be a lot of things going on, man. Different sects of military, of men, veterans, way better trained than you dudes in the military. You're talking about men that have earned their stripes, that went to war, that went to Iraq, that went to Syria. You know, those are the type of men that are going to come against the government when the sedition takes place.
It's got that definition for sedition. Sedition is an act of inciting or of violence against a lawful authority with the goal of destroying or overthrowing it. There's going to be a sedition. There's going to be an insurrection. It's going to invoke that Insurrection Act, Trump. Basically, it's going to invoke that martial law.
You know, we've already talking about the insurrection.
It's just one step closer to the martial law.
The lady said where they invoke it or whatever the word is. He said it, the insurrection.
And it will. It's
They
It's sedition among men.
yeah, they could create an insurrection, you know? It's nothing, man. But this is dealing with society collapses, man. Yeah. When society collapses, people gonna lose their shit, man. It's gonna be basically a free for all, man. It's society, man. You know, no laws, no structure, just life, just motherfuckers existing in the midst of chaos, man. Burning buildings, dead people, diseases.
It's that people shall stand up to fight against another people with swords in their hands.
Civil unrest.
Why make swords like guns?
Yeah.
No people be coming after killing you, going up in your house, people throwing your house.
Yeah, motherfuckers, they gonna be throwing stones. They gonna be throwing that hot ones, man. With bullets, man. And Americans are armed, man. We always gotta say that. We always mention that. Americans are armed, man.
Always mentioned during 2020, when it was lockdowns. All the gun shops were always had lines all the way down the block.
Yeah.
People are armed up. They weren't armed up before, they're armed up now.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why they wanted. Why they did that 5 years ago, man. So people can be armed. You know?
They already know how people are going to act. When they introduced this chairman, they did the same thing during the lockdowns, man. Introduced those jabs, what did you people do? Lined up and took it. Took away some of your freedoms, and what did you do? Lined up. You know?
People got nasty too with the when it was just masks. People were like, afraid don't get too close. People were all mean to each other.
6 feet.
Yeah.
Stand 6 feet.
People weren't tolerating each other no more, man. So that spirit is evolved, man, since then.
So the government already knows how you people are going to react, man. So they're moving forward with this new world order.
You said something about rights. So bring it is. Job chapter 20, verse 22. The fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And this is going into his new order that Esau is trying to accomplish. Alright? Trying to accomplish his new order, he's going to have to be difficult. He's trying to. Not everyone will be down with it, man. Alright, when you take away people's livelihood, when it says every hand of the wicked, it's referring to Jake, the laborers. You take them from living their lives. Jake's gonna actually get frustrated and take the anger out on the streets, man. Alright, and really start riots and really start protesting, going after the movements, man. You know? Going after the government. You have a lot of rampage, just like you had one on yesterday.
That 2 Democrats shot dead, man.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's called they call it political violence. You know? So expect to see a lot more sedition, a lot more upright.
Whether it's organic or not, it's gonna have the same results, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's like the protests and all of that, if it's real people out there doing it, you know? In their mind, they thinking they're doing the right thing. It don't fucking matter, man. It's all going in the same direction. You know, the end of this place, man.
Ultimately, it's the Lord, because it said, Isaiah 19, it says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So the Most High, He's setting everyone at odds with each other. You know? It's the Most High orchestrating this division that's going to turn violent.
Like he said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, the Most High is going to allow this man to get to that certain point in his new world order. Pushing that ship to colonial measures, concentration camps. You know?
And the rest of that one guy was giving out biometric face now.
I don't know what you're saying.
To be recognized. Cameras, right? And that's wild because why they're asking people not to have masks so they can face you, you get recognized by AI. So facial recognition.
This during the real protest?
Yeah.
Oh, they got you, man.
Yeah, so facial recognition. Because let's say when this shit comes out, right? You want to protest against the government, right? Can they see your face? Turn this chip off, man. Don't let them function inside. Protesting out here, probably doing all, smashing windows and stealing cars. Turn off this chip.
You know, in a video where a woman was flying a drone over a protest. They call it a drone killer. They killed her drone, man. Basically, you can't fly it over where, you know, Esau got his armies and police. You can't fly no fucking drones. You know? So, you people who know the technology that Esau has, where he's getting your face and all of that, he's getting it. Come on, now you gotta assume that.
Hey, you see the movies,
Swat, bro, before I forget it. This woman, she said she was in the Black Lives Matter protest. She was going to court and all of that. She's still going to court and all that for that. That's Black Lives Matter. That's 2020, man. You know what I'm saying? So you people, you won't get caught up at the end of the day. This is the proper way to protest.
They probably died. Rocks at vehicle is family switch on. They caught no family yet. But he's a pedophile. And then you had another one that rocks at the little highway patrol on fire. They caught his ass.
Yeah, they was lighting up the Waymo. What's it called? Waymos? Yeah. Them shit's got cameras on it, man. You dumbass people. Those are eyes for the fucking cops and all that, man. Teslas and all of that. They can hack into all that, man.
Hey, some of this technology that Esau has out of this world. We don't get in this technology. That Heavenly Father.
Look at the people that shine those laser pointers. They catch people like you shine laser pointers in a helicopter.
I said I was getting this point out because the guy that threw the rocks, the highway patrol car on fire, he had a mask on.
Oh, you couldn't read his face.
That's why they had the biometric faces that you would recognize. Even your eyes, get your eyes get lead you up to be found. But they go around other cameras and they follow you. All right, this guy's walking his car. That's how you go.
Cameras everywhere.
Cameras every building, man. They don't backtrack.
Don't forget about those, what's those masks called, man? That look like a real face, a real, you know? What's those masks called?
I don't know.
Where they go, fucking, you can put a shirt over it and all that.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that. So they got people, they got agents out there throwing rocks, doing all type of shit, man.
Bro, that's why all of this is a testament for the New World Order technology. You know, where it's like a social credit score. Yeah, but we're doing it here now with all of the things that are happening, and that's why they want to read your eyeballs, bro. Like they want to break your.
Got that with everybody's phone.
Yeah. That's why I don't even activate that shit.
It's already activated. Yeah, every time you look at that motherfucker, it's getting your face. Evil eye. It don't matter, man.
No, even in those movies like Manchurian Candidate, all of that shit shows you that technology is able to go through, zoom in, read your eyeballs. That's what they want to do, man.
That movie's old as shit.
That's why when that marketing beast comes, it's gonna be for a lot of stuff to identify who's for the government, track you, track your thoughts. You know that in a WEF meeting, the guy was one of those meetings. The guy was going into how like we would know your thoughts, we would program in your thoughts, or you know. So it's pretty much to pinpoint who's against the government. Also, not just for buying and selling. Esau's weeding. He's weeding out who is against him.
You got satellites that can zoom in on you, right? And follow you everywhere you go.
Here you talking. You're walking.
Drones too, bro. This drone's fine. Yeah, work. I've seen fucking shit. I see a drone, man.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about civilian drones either, man.
Right. Like Bill said, this is the way you protest, man. We'll be out here at the casino men and Lord out there, get part of this crowd.
You're going to see the camps.
Yes, thank the Lord.
You're going to take advantage of this situation.
Well, I got something quick. Chapter 9, 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. My determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, and all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Point being, this is waiting on the Lord, man. We can get caught up in these protests, trying to take down the government and all that. No, man, you have your job to do. It's going into early. Just give people warning and leave. That's all we're set up to do. Just to come out here, wake up our people. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, let you know that chip is coming. Let you know that martial law is coming. Let you know that wars are coming back. And then that's when our people's going to be established, right? We're trying to fight for America. This place is going to fuel the missiles, man. It's red. So it's the whole earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All of America's going to be destroyed. All of Israel's going to be destroyed, but it's going to be pulled back up. You know? Sit back, sip the wine, and watch the fire, man. Watch the show on TV. You know?
Don't get overly excited about Israel and Iran going back and forth. Chip gotta be pushed first.
Ultimately, Russia got to get involved. You know? He said that Russia's going to be a guard up to them.
But when Russia gets involved, it's a wrap. They're not about to play with your ass.
That's why you have what's written in Ezekiel 38 and 39.
Russia's gonna step in and handle the U.S. You know, that's why the scripture said the least of the flock to draw them out. You know, Russia's gonna have to deal with fucking America, man. You know, that's when they're really gonna get. You know, but the U.S. is gonna be involved because of Israel.
They're not trying to be involved now.
Yeah, U.S. is
They're
involved.
playing the big cop, bad cop.
No, we're not going to bomb Iraq. Not Israel saying we got the okay from America.
Yeah. That was U.S. weapon that did that.
You see what Trump was talking about?
You
They
got
gave 60 days and all this madness.
Mossad, bro, in Iran, Iran, literally. Undercover, man. Setting up these roads that they did in Ukraine.
Wow. Yeah. Israel, they don't have the weapon, manpower to do what they did. That was all the U.S. that got it.
They need America's help for everything. You know?
Leader, whatever his name is, of Israel, saying that America, we need to come help us, man. These guys, you can't let these guys have nuclear weapons. They really have nuclear weapons, man. Come on. We're best friends with China and Russia. What they pass, give materials and certain weapons, build these type of people. How you think Iran got hypersonic missiles? Who was the first to have it? Russia, you had China, North Korea, and now Iran was being developed. How are you sharing this information? How are they getting the knowledge? Russia's sharing it to the allies, man.
Bro, and to show you that they're sharing information, look at a embassy in Tehran. They have a Russian embassy in Iran, so they sharing military information. You know.
Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that He hath taken against Edom, and His purposes that He hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman.
No, this is the elite's plans. No, it's not. It's Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai's plans. It's the Heavenly Father and His Son's plans. It's not plans of man. Nothing that's happening in the earth is the plans of man. Though you got the elite banking families distributing the funds to gather the military to have the war in Ukraine and all of this, it's the Most High's plan.
Yeah, it says that in Proverbs how the heart of the king, man, it's in the hand of the Lord. Yeah. All right, he's going directing their steps.
It's the script. Beginning, middle, and the end.
I was stuck on that this week. It was like, the Most High showed Ezra's the end of the movie, and it hasn't happened yet. Like, he is far above us. God damn.
It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them.
Now, why are they considered the least of the flock? You know, them being small hats, Amalek, the grandson of Esau, right? They're the least of the flock out of all Edomite nations. They're the smallest ones.
Yeah.
Not the smallest nation. Not only are they the smallest nation, but they're most despised amongst their own.
Yeah. They're like roaches, man.
Yeah, you know.
It's crazy.
That's why I don't know, the Temanites, I'm going to say the Temanites try to get them out of their land, huh?
Yeah.
Because of their filthiness, and because of their greed. You know?
They get kicked out of every nation they've been in, man. You go on these message boards and these Twitter spaces. You got these white supremacists talking about we gotta lift up with black people against the Jews. They hate those small guys. They was despised.
You say the same shit. Yeah, link up with black people to get rid of the Mexicans.
So the same blood that runs through fucking Amalek runs through you.
Yeah, no, they different and shit. Some of their ethnically different. Like, all Edomites.
The two-time loser is getting screwed over. That's the thing, man. All right, hey, the ones in control is those people.
Yeah, so it says, surely the least of the flocks shall dwell in mountains. So Israel's going to draw out the U.S., man. They're one and the same. All right, the U.S. and Israel are one and the same, man.
Yeah. It's not like they're not in the same agreements. All right, you know, they're all the same accord, man. They want the same shit. That's how you know, hey, the devil is in control.
Why does every president go to Israel? Yeah. Touch that damn wall, that World War and all that. I said every president do that.
Yeah, they also have to go to Israel, make a speech of what they're gonna do.
Yeah, come on, man.
Promises they're gonna do.
They're always backed up, yeah.
Bro, Trump is the first openly, he's the first open convert president into Judaism. So he's one of them. You know, that shows you who rules over America. Who got control of America balls? These rats, man.
I mean, who runs America? These rats. But ain't nothing gonna happen till get Matthew 6. I mean 24 and 6. Right now it's all rumors, man. It's all rumors right now, man. But eventually it's gonna get popping. But it's not gonna happen till these markets implemented, man. Yeah, elected seal.
Matthew 24:6. We shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
That's all we're hearing. We're hearing nothing of wars and rumors of war. You know? And we've been really hearing it for damage truth, man. Really. All of us, man. We all came in truth. America's been warring with somebody. A lot of tension over there in the Middle East.
Never ending war.
The Lord said he's gonna gather the nations over there, man. You know? Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Yeah.
But the end is not yet.
Right?
The nation shall rise against nation, the kingdom against kingdom.
Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, right?
And this,
Luke 21 it says, "Be not, don't be terrified." When you when the same wars, don't be terrified. Trouble.
I remember during the 2020, during the pandemic, everyone was scared that they were going to war.
Everyone's scared now.
Yeah, everyone was scared.
They don't know what's gonna happen.
Trump, he's trying to patronize the Americans, get them in out. You want to join the army spirit, you know?
See, but it ain't working like it worked in 2001, 2003. You know, because people are now people are hip to how America gets down. Now they see that, they can see through the lies, man.
And the veterans, bro, their testimonies, like how the America has left them for dead.
And not just that, you also got to consider, you don't got to worry about jets dropping bombs, you got to worry about drones. Drone warfare. China created a new plane that can drop thousands of drones. Literally. So think about that. That's not a good time to go to war. But hey, regardless, if you don't want to go to war or not, don't go to war.
It's coming to you.
Yeah, because you're going to get drafted. You get that letter in the mail, you have to report this dude at this time.
only that, it's going to be invaded. But then what? Then what you average America's going to do? You got war on your soil now. It's like America's been doing for the last whatever years, man. Now it's going to be war on your soil. In your neighborhoods, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Virgin daughter.
Yeah.
Virgin daughter.
Kansas
definitely.
City. That's one of the unwalled villages.
They don't show it in the movies for nothing. They made that right down in what, the 80s? They remade that motherfucker. Came out like what, 2012? 2013?
They're playing video games.
Oh yeah?
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah? That's what
Yeah,
baby.
fun.
Yeah.
Russia invaded Washington. There was an EMP in that game. They were fighting the White House and shit.
Man, what? What game's that?
Modern Warfare 2.
Is that PS5?
Yeah, it was always against Russia, China, or Japan.
What about what's that movie, man? Fuck. Julia Roberts. What, Julia Roberts? What's that movie that was on Netflix, man? Yeah. Julia Roberts, bro. Oh, with the Teslas? He's the world man. Come on, man. It got invaded then. Oh, yeah. They said we created a lot of enemies, something like that. You know, the guy that acted like a doomsday prepper, he said, you know, basically somebody's invading the west, somebody's invading the east. Like, yeah, we basically got a lot of enemies.
Yeah, it was. You see the fucking Eiffel Tower in that Mall of the Street. Submarine.
Damn, I wish I could
Knocked out. Even Mall of the Street, Paris, the Eiffel Tower. No.
That's France, though.
Yeah, France. Yeah. In Russia in that game, they invaded Europe. You get destroyed. You know? You feel like you're in a war zone like, in the game.
Man, that's
You're on a plane, you get shaken up. Seeing your neck buddy get blown up and shit. You
like
got a
that.
parachute down. It's like a real fucking.
What about the new one? Is there a PS5 one?
Trying to get that one.
What is that?
I don't know. Last game I played was Marvel.
You don't have PS5?
I'm trying to get one, bro.
Yeah. So let me know what else.
Oh! No. Here's the thing. That game made sure that Russia invaded for a certain period of time. Yeah. You only have to do it in the net. You know? So think about it. You know, they invade America and they do what they gotta do here. They don't leave. That's what we do.
Exactly, that's why they leave.
Yeah.
So if America's gonna do something over there, then we gotta talk about China too. China's a big dog, man.
I got something. Jeremiah 51 and 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might had failed.
Yeah, why are they gonna not want to fight? Because America's gonna be destroyed. They just found out that Russia beat America, and they're gonna lose all the will to fight. Because why are they fighting in the first place? They're fighting for the people at home. In their mind, they're fighting for their country, for their family, for their loved ones. What is there to fight for if the country is destroyed? Burning. Now with that, you're gonna be outside. The angels. These folks are not gonna want to fight, man. They're fighting spirit. All these 700 Marines over here in LA, get ready to get shipped off to Iran. All the National Guards too. They even plan the National Guard in case they need men to go to the Middle East.
Shit, they already signed up.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I told the military guy, I was like, you ready to go to Iran? He goes, yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go wherever they send me.
Sign up to die, man.
Meathead, they call them jarhead. Jarhead, there's nothing in it. It says, the mighty men, Jeremiah 51 and 30, the mighty men of Babylon have borne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
Yeah, they have burnt her dwelling place. America on fire. America got breaking news. Our son just got hit with this. Breaking news.
It was like that, man.
Texas got
Homestead, it started off like that. Luke went off in LA.
Yeah. And you see why Trump is like walking on eggshells about going to war and World War III, because they know, bro.
Eggshells?
No, I'm talking about like he's not trying to say, he's not trying to claim that he's going against Iran right now. Like he's like, oh
They
yeah,
say get him 60 days. He's with it. He's with it. He's with the smoke.
they with the
He ain't ducking the smoke.
They supplied the weapons.
Yeah, man. He's ducking it. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when the Lord allows it to happen, man. Get that second edge. First and second edge is still everything's measured.
Hope you measure. Once the elect has to be sealed.
The first
Before that destruction comes. Before the wind blows. The elect has to be servants of the sealed on the foreheads.
Second Ezra 4:37. By measure had he measured the time, and by number had he numbered the time. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
there's a set time for us to awake. I think 300 years. Alright? 3.5. That's what it's over. 3 years. Or 1970. Alright. That was the time for us. The Lord had it measured that. Alright, that's when my people up. 2007, I'm gonna have the internet be introduced. I'm gonna have my men go out, teach His word, go out the internet. You know, whatever time the Lord has for this place to be destroyed, we're to that time.
Hey bro, you said it on point. The Lord orchestrated when we're supposed to wake up. Daniel 7 it says, for time, he shall be given into his hand for time and time, after time of the week.
You know, Hosea, the second. Alright, folks.
After 2 days.
After 2 days and a half.
So the Lord has everything in a measure, yeah. Even the apostles brought it out. The Lord told Ezra, like, after like 400 years, I should send my son. He told him, like, look, I'm gonna send my son this time.
That's what it is. It's that day where the Lord's gonna allow this mark, RFID chip to be pushed. Really pushed globally, man. Right?
Second Ezra 4:37. By measure had he measured the time, and by number had he numbered the time.
Yep.
And he does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
So it's a set day for this to happen, man. Jacob's trouble is a set day for that. It's a set day for Yahweh Shai to return. It's just we don't know.
It's a set day for you to wake up. You individually. Alright, you know, we don't come to have my servant. I brought you up coming to the truth at 28. I'm gonna have my servant. This was coming to the truth at 40. I'm gonna have my servant coming to the truth as he's born. You know, there's a certain time.
And it happens perfectly too. I can see how the Lord set up for me to come to the knowledge. Like when you reflect back, it's like, damn, okay, the Lord was really setting me up for this. You know?
He was kind of, I was searching and I couldn't find it because it wasn't my
searching, man. I
time.
was ever searching.
Bro, I was searching through all these churches.
Yeah. I guess I was searching, but yeah, I was searching. Yep. Because I was coming up in that time where, you know, it was like the beginning of when they were exposing these artists and celebrities. Yeah, man.
Did you believe it? Like the explosion?
Not at first. No.
I believe that stuff where the man got bent over to get in there. I believe it. I've seen the video.
I mean, yeah, the homeless sex, hell yeah, I believe that. But I have an old brother. He told us, put us on, showed us like things like doing martial law, all of that. You know, the fucking the feline coffin, bro, all that. That was like the end of '08. Showed us that. Me and my little brothers. I'm like, whatever.
It was a time.
I wasn't time. But a year, almost a year later, it was time.
We got precept. It's Hebrews 6:17. Wherein the Most High, willing more abundantly to show unto his heirs, the heirs of promise, the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath, that by two immutable things, in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fled the refuge to lay upon hold the hope set for us. Basically, the Most High is bound by his word. He said certain orders that get close to going into. He has certain orders set up, certain prophecies have to happen. You would have to wake up, ship being pushed, once a long, all that has to do with prayer. You don't know when those things happen. You know it's close. How? By his prophecy.
Yeah, that's what the Lord said. He said his word above his name. You got guys out here using that precept to say, oh, well, his name don't matter. No, it's talking about he's a man of his word, man. You know? He has said certain prophecies to happen, and he's not going to have them happen before their set time.
When you read that NLT, it says, Hebrews 6:17, Most High also bound himself with an oath, so that those who received the promise could be perfectly sure that he would never change his mind. So the Lord is not going to change his mind. He said he's going to save his elect. That's what he's going to do. He says he's going to bring this place down. He said America's going to be invaded. That's what's going to happen. He says, never fear, never doubt. For the Lord is your guide. That's what's going to happen. The Lord's going to guide you in that day, man. And he's bound by his word. He's saying what's going to happen. It's going to happen. We just don't know when it's going to happen. We all know is prophecy, man. Iran, bombing, Israel. Hey, it's prophecy coming to pass, man. Russia being a guard these nations, you know that's going to happen. Russia putting hooks in Nigerians and turning them back. That pass, it's happening right now. They still Russia trying to go back to the old Soviet Union by invading Ukraine and Crimea a few years back. So yeah, these prophets are sure word, man. It's true. And this is what separates this book from these other books. Last week we had some
I'm going to all, like,
Islam, man.
I think I'm going to be
There's no prophecies in the book of Islam.
That's a dead book.
Dead book, there's no history in that book. That's the separation. We're talking about pharaohs in the scriptures, and Ramses is in the scriptures. Darius is in the scriptures. Alexander.
Philip of Macedonia.
Herod, Philip of Macedonia. Artaxerxes. They make movies about these guys. They're all recorded in the scriptures.
Yeah.
You
got Caesars recorded in the scriptures.
Yeah. Antiochus, Epiphanes, the whole history,
What
man.
about the timeline of empires, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, your book ain't got that.
Come on, they got none left,
The nationalities, man. Come on now. Where the nationalities at?
Hey, both sides bound by his word.
He got some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Correct. I was asking something.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to destroy things. That's right. Because they don't want us to know the truth. Tell the truth. They don't want
Historical figures, man. Esau got books, archaeologists, trace all the historical figures back.
They found Noah's Ark.
Hey, Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Nobody inhabited that land. You could tell it was burned and all of that.
It's so
Yep.
It's uninhabitable.
it's like this very day. Quran doesn't say none of that. And so that's how we know this is a book that of course if we look at the scriptures now. That's how we know this place is gonna be destroyed. We just don't know when.
Comes down to faith, man. Comes down to faith.
Which a lot of people don't have. A
People say every man has not faith.
That's why it doesn't tell you that the Bible's written a man.
He wants to cop out, man.
You went to school, man. They give you books. Who's that written by?
Exactly, man.
You go to college. They give you books. Who's that written by?
Hey, when you fucking gotta build something you buy, right? You gotta build like something for my kid or something. Looking at the manual, you don't fucking make that out.
Man. Hey, I remember I was arguing with one of my teachers about the Bible. He said, "Wow, you know what the Bible's written by man?" I said, "The book that you give me is written by man." What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Shut his ass up.
Hey, what's to learn?
Yeah, come on.
What class was that?
Oh,
I think they both definitely.
Oh, was that history class?
Of course, the book was written, the scriptures was written by man. Did the inspiration?
Yeah,
Most High,
Most High.
You know, how do you think the book came down? The book just came down out of heaven on a cloud and shit. You know, it was written by men.
That's easy for the Lord, man. Tap into something.
Yeah.
Tap into an Israelite's mind. Have him write something down. Or give him a vision. Have him write it down. The Lord can give you a vision right now. And the Lord, you can write it down. Hey, it's a normal thing.
We're doing right now in the way of lessons. These lessons that we're doing are like are letters.
But you have people that actually get in front of their phone and they explain their dreams. Or on TikTok, they explain their dreams. That's what the prophets were doing. It's just now we have to understand it to break it down.
Yep, that's right.
I got a good one. Jeremiah 30:2. Thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book.
There you go.
It's just that-
Right here in the book.
it's just that simple.
Right in the book.
Right in the book.
Scribe,
Come
man, that was
on,
their job.
man.
Yep.
Hey, Baruch was the scribe for Jeremiah.
Yep. I also think it's important. Man, I know fucking cameras and videos and all that.
Yeah. This is a great point, huh?
Gotta keep history, man. Yeah. Let them put the word down at one time.
Hey, Moses was the first 5 books. Torah. Genesis, Deuteronomy. They'll tell you. I remember people say, well, how can Moses write about his own death? Well, think about it. Didn't the Lord, when you want to see, you know how he was gonna die? You know how he was gonna die? How he was gonna die? Come on, man.
Yeah, they showed you that in Chosen, how they're writing, all of them gathered to write the book. They were all writing their own version of the book. You know? Yeah.
I got even him and Jeff and Dad writing of their own about how what they experienced with the controls like. Or you think Nimrod, when you try to put the top above, alright, they flood the earth. But every flood for the earth. We're doing this and we just build a tower. So we continue to do our wickedness and the Lord can't bring a flood again. He can't flood us. That's the reason we're high. You know, they had history of the flood. They had the whole history.
It was probably written down, because that's a different time frame.
Probably written down. What else is gonna be?
Yeah, how do you remember things? Yeah, a quick one, because the Lord did tell John, like, hey, write it in the book. What you see, what I'm showing you, write it down. Revelations 1:19, write these things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. So, hey, John was told to write the past history, all the kingdom from the foot, like Daniel's the statue, you know, you see all the governments, he wrote all of that down, and then he wrote the future. He wrote about the mark of the beast, he wrote about persecution, men being tried while they're in prison. He wrote about everything, man. About America, bro. The nuclear destruction in America. He wrote about the outside return. Yeah, bro.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 5. It says, I will get thee unto the great men, and I will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord, and the judgment of their God.
You would think this would be the spirit of our people, like, damn, you know, one guy, he was praising, brother, he was praising the so-called Hebrew, black Hebrew Israelites. They call us black, but we're not black, clearly. You know, he was praising, he's like, damn, these men must be, they must have superpowers. Cause they go to every, they got an answer for every question. Some guy on TikTok. Damn, these guys must be superpowers. It's like everything I was asking, they had their hand on the Bible ready to answer. Yeah, man. And the scripture says we have a humble in all things. We're supposed to give you an answer for everything. So you would think our people would come to us, like you said, secret men that know the way of the Lord. You would think they'll come like, hey, how do I get right with the Most High? How do I do this and do the Most High? What is coming? What is the future? Like, you know? But they not.
Yeah, they come up here to try to debunk the word. They come up here, you know, like bad faith, as they like to say.
It's like they did to Yahweh, man.
Sincerely desire the word, so they want to push their agenda, they want to push their knowledge, their doctrine.
Did you want to say something?
No, I just
It says, for they have known the way of the Lord and judgment of their God. But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds.
Yeah, they don't want nothing to do with the Lord. They don't want to be joined unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. You know, they don't want any ties to do with the Lord. You know, these are the same people that says, in the scripture, make the Lord to cease from among us. These are the same people. They want to be far away from Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So read the New
NLT. It says, so I will go and speak to their leaders. Surely they know the ways of the Lord and the understanding of the Lord's laws. But the leaders too, as one man, has thrown off the Lord's yoke and broken his chains.
Yeah, they don't want to have nothing to do with the Lord at all. They don't want to hear the mention of the Lord.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Did we finish that in 2nd Esdras? Did you want it?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. So this is back in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and we're at 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes.
They hate one another, man. Busting up in your house and taking your shit.
Yeah.
Because they lack of bread. They have to feed their families. And there's going to be a famine out here. There's a famine of the word, there's also going to be a famine of bread.
Yeah.
So you got people that will revolt against the government, breaking up into your house.
Yeah, not regard the mayors, the governors, none of that shit. Yeah. People aren't going to have that.
Right?
Oh, okay, come. Okay. It's the book of Jeremiah, 51 and 46. Is it 46? 51 and 46. It says, unless your heart faint. 46. It says, and lest your heart faint, and your fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year.
Really, a rumor is news. So you see on the news, it's always civil war, or the president might initiate insurrection act. You know, there might be chaos in the street, there might be violence in the street. But this has been a rumor ever since Obama.
Yeah.
You know?
It says, fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year. And after that, in another year, shall come a rumor. And violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Therefore, behold, the days that come, that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon.
So, there's going to be a war because of political differences. see it. You see it. These Edomites.
The house is divided, man. The whole nation.
Yeah.
Or they're not one accord. All right, you got like the brother said, man. These proud Edomites are wanting to take back what's theirs. They see what the president is doing. All right, they're against it.
Over Trump, you got the Edomites that are wholeheartedly, they're riding with Trump.
Yeah.
Patriots.
The Patriots.
Far right.
No matter how expensive this racism is costing them, they riding with Trump. And you see them on the cover board. Go back to your country. Well, you should be illegal then. Get your paperwork together.
And on the other side, you got these ex-Marines that don't like to see what the fuck he's doing. Because everything he's doing, according to his law, it's illegal.
And you got Edomites that hate Trump.
Yeah.
And hate these Trump supporters. They gonna go to war.
That's especially out in California.
Yeah.
Left the state.
Well, yeah. And some Lord's will something to hop off. And because their brothers can see it, man, they have the vision.
A lot of these Trump supporters, they have. I see the truck. It said, I support Trump. What you can do about it? A lot of them, they're in that spirit of like, so what? I love Trump. F y'all. What you gonna do about it? But hey, it's gonna be a war out here, man, on all this politics. Go back to
Second Esdras. Back in Second Esdras.
So something is fueling this tradition. It's all this politics. It's all this the rich,
Yeah.
the poor.
You got Edomites that want that piece of the body. Hey, what it is? Yeah.
They feel they haven't gotten that piece of the pie. The white man in America, yet the poor is broke. They see Latinos and blacks coming up.
Yeah.
That's why they hate that,
Yeah, but that's the curse is coming off of us, like getting to them. Right? Because even though in this life, although they may be broke and whatnot, in the past, they lived it up, man. They lived good. Out of the blood of our people's backs.
They still look good. They didn't get poor.
Yeah, they call it, what do they call it? White privilege?
White privilege, yeah. Still got it better than a Jacob's law.
Yeah.
Sidewalk.
But this is going back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, so Governor Gavin Newsom coming out, Karen Bass, whoever, no one's going to care about. They're going to disregard behind them.
You can already see it. They hate it. It won't take much, as you're saying. Flip the switch, man.
And back in 2020, this is the mayor.
He's a mayor
of LA. We all came to his house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a gun.
I don't know. I just remember this crowd outside his house.
Yeah.
He was the mayor of LA at the time, man. During the lockdowns, man. I think he's like ambassador to India. I forgot his name. But hey, they went to his house.
Showing you that these people, they could get at these leaders.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
It's continuing on, 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
So he got his martial arts, he's got the Marines. You can't go into the detention centers.
Yeah.
They're blocking off all those detention centers.
On these checkpoints.
Checkpoints, as soon as they come, you're not going to be able to walk. You're not going to be able to go to Santa Barbara, down to Florida Beach, or out to the Inland Empire, Riverside. They're going to be blocking everything off.
Okay. So Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 11. 6 and 11. This is 6 and 11. It says, therefore I am full of fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad and upon the assembly of young men together.
So the Most High's wrath is going to pour upon the young, the old. It's going to be, hey bro, it's going to be real sad.
And it says that in Ezekiel 9, how he's not going to have no pity. All right, and for the children, the women, all right, the maid.
Yeah.
And the Lord is coming to bring a great slaughter.
Right here.
Okay.
Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go to the midst of the city, the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark on the foreheads of the men and side that cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof.
Yeah. And because you got the majority of our people, they're not sighing or crying. They want to continue in their wickedness, in this darkness. That's why, the Lord has to step through and destroy them.
That's right. Talking about the elect, I said a mark and a blood. And accept the judgment. Why? Because like what it's going into.
And in that day of evil, it's going to be shown who got that tawah.
Yeah, because 2/3 is a lot of people.
Yeah. And all the shit that's going to be happening, like men just going around just like killing people, and you're going to be exempt because you did the work. That shows that you have that tawah. When people out here starving and you come across some food, that's going to show that you have that tawah.
Then they shall know who are my children. Right? Ezekiel 95. And to the elders he said, by hearing, go ye after him to the city to smite, that not your eyes spare, and there have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. And does not hear any man on whom is the mark, and is to begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men before the house.
And there you go, man. And we're talking about a power that flooded the whole earth, all except 8 people. All right? And what's he coming to do? All right, he's coming to destroy the majority of the people in this land. All right? Hey, those of you that are Jake, that are wicked, man, they repent. Get yourselves right, man.
It said, start at my sanctuary.
Yeah.
We're going to start with his people. And who do you think them troops is being sent for? Who do you think the military is being sent for? It's sent for Edomites or you so-called Hispanics and Native Americans and so-called blacks?
Yeah, hey, it speaks about how if you jump to 2 Ezra 16, it's a great insurrection that is going to befall on them that fear the Lord. All right, that's talking about the people on this side. All right, we're the only ones that have that connection between Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, we don't always have that zeal, but not according to knowledge. For 2/3.
Oh, yes, yeah, got it. It's Jeremiah 6 and 11. Oh, okay. Wait, 10? Oh, okay. Verse 10. To whom shall I speak and give warning? When they hear, behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach, they have no delight in it. Therefore I am full of fury of the Lord, I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out with the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the age with him that is full of days.
The Lord will deal with every one of our nations.
Oh, God. Now there's no discriminate. Verse 12. And their houses shall be turned unto others with their fields and wives together.
Hey, when the Lord sent the military against our people, everything that belonged to a man in his household became
Soldiers.
the soldiers.
Yep.
So when shit pop off, hey man, your woman gonna be the soldier's possession.
Yeah.
It's called booty.
Spoils of war.
Hey, when martial law is declared, they say they can take your house, your resources, everything you own. So imagine that day, man. They're gonna catch you on them.
It says, turn unto others with their fields and wives together, for I will stretch out my hands on the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord.
So that's what happened when the Lord stretched out his hand. A man in his household is in danger.
Yeah.
From the old to the young. You know? And that's why the Lord told Jeremiah not once but twice. Pray not for these people.
Yeah, God,
It's fucking sad, bro, how the Lord gonna really just guess what? You don't really be on our people's ass.
Yeah.
Seeing little James die, you know, that's just sad, man.
We're gonna be witnessing, hearing a whole lot of shit, bro. Hey, but through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, he's gonna keep us through it, bro.
Yeah, the Lord can give us the strength to be able to.
Yeah.
We about shit, man. You see on Discord,
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I ain't never.
You see kids with their families.
I ain't never seen something.
Bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
I was watching a video of this one guy. His with his mom left his parents' house. Went out, came back, he started fucking crying. He saw his house all destroyed. Everyone in there, man, he was crying. They didn't want to lie. Mama and daddy, you know.
In The Last of Us, the second season, you have the old girl that's pregnant, and there was a scene where there was just like corpses everywhere, man. You know, she couldn't handle that stink, man. You know, and that's some shit that's gonna be seen, you know, at the end.
You got some people that have fear of blood. When they see blood, they go nauseous. You got people that got fear of just seeing death. They never see no one get injured. They never see nothing gruesome, bro.
Bodies everywhere, man. Someone got run over a tank, flat like a damn tank.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You know, what do you do all the goddamn tank? You just burn your asshole. You know? It is just a wild time. That's why it's considered a time like no other. There's going to be so much things all happening all at once. In different cities, man.
That's right.
Throughout America, not just in America, but throughout the whole world. That America's going to get worse again. What America left from? What America left carelessly, not thinking about what's going on in the Middle East. How people don't really eat as much. They don't know if they're going to live to see the next day.
Yeah.
Alright, it's all going to come here, man. Alright, you're not going to know if you're going to get gunned down. You're not going to know if you're going to get a bomb dropping on your building, man.
Yeah.
You know?
People are always gonna be uncomfortable because they're not gonna have food in their stomachs.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have their medication.
And they're not going to have social media.
They
They're not going to be able to go on their phone.
You're gonna take a lot of L's, a lot of losses. You're gonna lose your houses, cars.
Yeah,
family.
sons, daughters, yeah.
That's why we ain't supposed to have no attachment, man. Because then when it says when the enemy
Coming like a flood, they know it's not.
sedition upon them that fear the Lord, they're gonna take them out of their houses. You know,
Yeah.
all the things you're attached to, Jake. All the things you have turned your back on the Lord for, you're gonna lose all that shit when the military come in. You know?
It's Jeremiah chapter 6 and 25. It says, "Go not forth in the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and the fear on every side." Oh, done. That's it. Okay. It's Jeremiah 6 and 25. "Don't go out to the fields. Don't travel on the roads. The enemy's sword is everywhere and terrorizes us at every turn."
That's what's gonna be out here, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It might be the movie The Road, man.
Yeah.
The road was empty, but it was full of danger.
All the things.
You had those militias that was out there, everything. You had to hide in the woods. You know?
People gonna take what you call back roads. They're gonna avoid the major roads as possible. You're gonna have to travel like in tight spaces where you can hide.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really that bad, man.
So, hey, we can't stress it out enough, man. Getting yourselves right with your power. All right, because we need him in those things.
You already played the game home front.
You always quote it, yeah. I haven't seen it.
Once being the gate of America. That was like 2011, huh? Yeah. On fish camp. They had drones like unmanned gun drones. You're caught traveling. They gave me have to see wild shit. I got a car. When the light shine, light moves away from you, go back to another spot, you know?
Yeah, the bridge. I was just thinking that. Where they sprayed.
Look where it's going, man. So if they're showing it on a movie, that means they have it in real life.
Yeah, well,
I seen a robot with a fucking gun on the back. Yeah, dog robot.
That man another LA.
I've seen
not,
it.
not gun though, but they had a LA dog patrolling. Robot.
That's what Iran used. They used weaponized drones to retaliate against Israel. They had missiles on those drones. They sent like 100 drones over.
They ain't even fit because they got that fucking iron going.
Oh yeah, con, yeah.
That shit didn't work.
Intercepted missiles.
It's not working. That's why Iran overload the fucking drone. Send
You
like
gotta
100.
overload it.
Yeah.
They know what they're up against.
Hey, that's why they need America's help.
That's why they need Russia's help.
Yeah, yeah.
China's help.
That's what's gonna bring in this World War III.
Olo. You have to Olo. Second woke. It's fast. Third woke. Quick. Yeah.
It's crazy how each World War was 4 years. They're 4 years with each other. War like World War I 4 years, World War II 4 years, 1914. And World War III about to be, it might be within 1 year, so a couple months. That's how long it might last. We're gonna get so bloody, man. That's gonna be a bloody war. Y'all seen them all quiet in the West Front?
No, I haven't.
There's about like 2 million people that died in the trenches.
Yeah, just to get a few.
Steps ahead.
Yeah, I see it, bro.
World War III is gonna be bloodbath, man.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
World War,
right.
that was a brutal war.
Yeah.
All right, that was the introduction of mustard gas. All right, you know, like that those bombings in those trenches, you know that shit.
Tanks took World War I. Planes.
Flames.
And the France came with tanks. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Germany didn't know what the fuck to do with this shit. What the hell was that? But then they, World War II,
Yeah,
they
lightning warfare,
had, I think you had the Tiger, I think, yeah, they came over the more highly sophisticated tank.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, I'll be seeing those videos of the Ukraine war and the drones, like how they sit in bunkers and they fly the drones. Bro, it is damn near impossible to escape the drones.
Who has to be with you?
The woman has to be with you, bro.
I've seen Russian soldiers. One guy, he barely made it alive. He threw his AK and it's like he was shooting it, ran out of ammo. Shit came, he just threw that shit perfect spot, bro. Once it hit, it fucking detonated. He came alive. And I see another one with a convoy. I don't know why this Russian guy did this, but he jumped out the goddamn truck. He spotted the plane, the drone. The drone went for the truck, exploded it. Another drone came and blew all them up. You know?
Imagine trying to shoot something like that in the air.
Now you have drone warfare.
Yeah.
That's why it says what it says, drone 2020. The state shall come upon the earth. All you soldiers that are in the military, you get shipped off from the Middle East, not coming back, not even a body bag. They get killed out there in war, you know, return to justice for the smoke out there, man. What's gonna happen to them?
That's his first job. He's gonna heat nation.
Yeah, slaves of Russia too. Ezekiel 39. Okay?
Collect the body.
Yeah.
People ain't gonna have, bro, you in the middle of a war. You have time to collect no body or send them back?
Nah, man. This is Ezekiel 39 and 2 it says, therefore thou son of man, prophesy against God and say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Right, God representing the Russians. What are you just going to use the Russians to destroy America? Right? It says, now return thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee. Now he's going to the military. They're going to send chicks to fight this war, and they're going to have some who's going to stand and defend their homeland.
That's the strategy of war. You don't just send off all your fucking troops and leave your home unprotected.
Yeah.
You know? And even, like, there's a lot on that. It says Meshach and Tubal. You look it up on Google. Where is that land? Russia. None shall want her mate. None should want the Bible. None can be compared to the Bible. None can match up to the Bible. It is historically accurate, geographically accurate.
That's what the Bible is. Prophecy, history, and law. Laws. It's all what the Bible is. historically accurate.
It says, and I will turn thee back and leave but the sixth part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and I'll bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. And that's talking about the land of Israel, right? And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thine arrows to fall out of thy right hand. Thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel, thou and all thy bands, and the people that is with thee. I will give thee unto the ravenous birds of every sort, and to the beasts of the field, and to be devoured. A lot of them troops are gonna die. Russian troops are gonna die. American troops, Chinese, all the nations that are in there, they're all gonna. The soldiers we left out there, they're gonna die, man. It's gonna be a fucking bloody, very, very bloody war, and that's what the elites want. All right, they want each world war is a change, man. It's always for a change to bring in a new world, and they want to bring in this new world order, and they want to remember the elites want to have the population.
Georgia guys.
No better way to bring in this world war, right?
Yeah, which is the quickest way to kill off a massive amount of the population.
Right.
Right, but the Lord's going to put a monkey wrench in those plans, man. He's going to go in the midst of World War III.
Verse 5 says, Thou shalt fall upon the open fields, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord God. And I will send a fire on Magog, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Okay? That was the point. Alright? It's going to be a bloody battle, like I quoted in Joel 2:20. To the north part, which that's referring, speaking of America. Okay?
Let's get that scripture. Ancient war golden garments.
I got a precept.
Oh, go ahead.
That's Isaiah 9:5. Revelation 11-14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. You know that third woe is World War III, man. We already in it.
I'm saying that it's
Been in it, man. Been in it. The key players in World War II already performed that. Russia, China, U.S., Israel, Iran. They've been poking at Iran for over 15 years now, man. You know?
I typed in how many people died in World War I, right? Approximately 20 million people died during World War I, 1914 to 1918.
See, type in is what was the population of Earth in World War I?
And it breaks down military death 9 to 11 million, civilian death 7 to 10 million. And that's just an estimation.
That's just the bodies they can recover. You gotta think about people that exploded to bits and pieces.
In World War II,
1 billion, 1.8 billion. Many million people died.
in World War II, 1939 and 1945 was the deadliest conflict in human history, with an estimated 70 to 85 million people dying globally. Estimated death toll of 70 to 85 million, or 3% of the world's population at that time. Military death 21 to 25 million. Remember, it became more advanced. Weapons became more advanced. Like World War I, they started using the French. They started bringing out the tanks and all that, and that was unknown. The hell, then World War II, you had tanks and all that. And then World War I, you had airplanes and shit like that.
Dogfighters.
Dogfighters. Prophecy and revelation.
Yeah, I asked ChatGPT how many were wounded on the First World War, and it was 20 million. All right, casualties. You know, and that links up with that brother said in Revelation. How they will want to seek death but shall not find it. All right, and it wasn't just any injury, bro. They went through that shit, bro. Some lost their legs, their fucking mind. All right, it was gruesome. And there was no rules, in that person.
Suffering from a shell shock,
Yeah.
mental disease, mental disorder.
They said Germany and Russia was using chemical warfare in that war.
Yeah.
Well, I believe Germany was.
So Germany what?
Was using chemical warfare.
Yeah,
So it was a different type of war.
yeah. Oh yeah, you wanted that in Isaiah, right? Isaiah 9:1.
Oh yeah.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 5. Wait, what's up? Okay. It's Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Meaning missiles. So you see how advanced it went? Like this brother said World War I, the French brought out tanks, he said, right? So that's when they started bringing out vehicles. That's when they started getting advanced. World War II, I got here, it says that the Germans, they use nerve agent weapons in World War II. So chemicals were being used in World War II. America dropped the atom bomb, I
Yeah.
believe.
It's just like
to
when
end it.
they used the Gatling gun on gas.
Yeah.
Okay, that was something new. They just, sprayed gas. Gas was massacred like that without them having to shoot one by one. They just used that Gatling gun. That was something different, man.
Still getting around that.
Yeah.
And going into World War II, that's when they introduced that lightning warfare. Germany with the jets. In World War II, they introduced that lightning warfare. With the jets.
Oh yeah, nobody was putting in Germany with jets.
Yeah, that's what do they call it? The high point advantage, pretty much. To have that dominance in the air.
Hey, they showed
And
you
that's
that-
only advanced.
They showed you that in Red Tail. They had the old ass jets, and then the Germans like,
And they showed you that in the last airplane with the Carnage.
oh yeah.
And they made sure to mobilize those tanks. And I don't think it was jets, it was like blimps or something. But the air.
Yeah, they had some cool air.
There's a reason why there's a lot of people on Earth right now.
Yeah.
Man,
I
it's
typed
good.
in on ChatGPT, what would be the total, even though I hasn't happened yet, what would be the total death for the big breakout? They said, we'll give you a hypothetical overview of what could happen to the world. You already know how it goes, right? So I'll go to the potential scale of casualties. If nuclear weapons are used, millions to billions could die, not just from blast, but from nuclear fallout, famine, and radiation and sickness. And that's what the scripture says. Get that in Revelation 8 chapter, where it says the third party men, falling from heaven, the third party men, where it speaks of the wormwood.
It's just like when Tulip just brought out the fact that it was 1.8 billion people. Hurricane wind in World War I. Okay, but now how many people are right now? 9 billion. That's giving all these souls back.
Yeah.
To get judged.
Yeah, and this is just an estimation from a nuclear war. Let's not forget, Yahweh Shai in the chariots, he's coming back to kill. It says the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And the things leading up to that.
Yep.
A lot of people gonna die.
That's what it's about.
You got to fight. More than half the population of America gonna die.
Two-thirds of the earth will die. 26 billion people will die. This is the Lord's final judgment. He's going to bring something terrible.
How many people gonna survive that?
Let's go. Look, the whole earth is going to shake.
Yeah.
So what do you think going to happen, man? You got these ragged ass buildings and houses and kids that can be stuck under there, starvation, wild animals, everything, man. Okay, people giving up the ghosts because they see the chariots, you know, the hearts failing, you know. They running into wild animals. Okay, they eating them. Okay.
200 million missiles in that drop.
Ooh.
200 million.
I got that revelation.
Real quick, it says conventional war. That's it, you know, without nukes. Russia, it's any. And that's how war is going to start. It's going to start off conventional.
Yeah.
All nations will be gathered up in the Middle East. They're going to fight each other. Won't be surprised. You're going to create Bay, South Korea. China trying to take Taiwan. Perfect time, right? Every Americans too busy fighting, right? And, you know, China got enough troops for it anyway. That, so, tensions are already high. China, Australia, man, it's good. We got India and Pakistan. It's going to be,
You know, there's gonna be water everywhere.
man,
Yeah.
devastating, right? But it says, conventional war done which will still be devastating to drones, hypersonic missiles, AI systems, cyber attacks. That's it. That eventually going to turn you.
Cyber attacks, not one out.
Yeah. People dying off that. So I said if the power went out within a whole year in America, 90% of the American population would die.
I need half of that. Yeah, 6 months, not even.
Nah.
6 months for people to die, man. People only survive this long because it's a structured society. Civilized society. Compared to the Wild Wild West, nobody was able to survive. You got people barely hanging on to that. People, machines are keeping them alive.
Yeah, bro.
Medication is keeping them alive.
Real quick.
You got people that they didn't have the drugs, the alcohol, they would rather die, man. So they don't have it, they're going to start killing people, and then they're going to die.
This is Exodus 15:3. The Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is a man of war. Okay? Yahweh is his name. He's a man of war, man. He's the one starting these things, man. He created this war stuff. Okay? He created to bring forth this vengeance, man. Okay? To show our people and to show these other nations, man. Okay?
For him to be a man of war, you gotta have a war to go against.
That's going to be a part of World War II, man. It'll be a war in heaven.
So if he's a man of war is something that he will do. Right?
There's always been war. It just, war changed after the turn of the 20th century, man. War changed forever, man. It used to be close combat. Y'all grab the Isaiah yet?
Yeah, we can read it again. That's why we're going through the whole history of how like war changed from like the first war, second war, third war.
Yeah, third war gonna be a nuclear war. Shit, World War II, they dropped an atomic bomb.
That's just stuff of war. They were like, that should seem like 100 years ago.
That was the 40s. 80 years ago? 80 years ago, man. So here we are, almost 100 years later, man. Definitely the third war was coming quickly, man. So the second war came, what? Not even a little over 20 years later?
Yeah.
From the first war?
And the power of nuclear bomb to an atom bomb is like equivalent of $1 billion to $1 trillion. You know?
And the atomic bomb was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. That was a devastation. They still dealing with that shit. So imagine a nuke. 200 million on the board.
Nukes
bombs are getting stronger. The different variations of nuclear bombs, man.
Yeah, it's about
It's the strongest one. The Russian, I think the Russian bombs is the Satan 2, whatever it's called. You know, different variations of nuclear bombs, man. That's what we know about.
exactly. That's what's gonna live for a long time.
I got another translation. It's Isaiah 9 and 5 in the NLT. It says, the boots of the warrior and the uniforms of blood stained, and the uniforms blood stained by war will all be burned. They will be fuel for the fire. Again, it's going to be King James. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and every garment rolled in blood.
Why is it confused noise? Because you will hear another, you will hear the opposition, the enemy, speak coming at you with their language. Like you know, you'll hear another language, you'll hear screaming, up close.
Your swords clanking against each other, against shields, swords hitting shields. You know, you hear men putting out their roars, their battle cries. You know, that's very personal. You know, that's like real men. Real men out there fighting. You know. It's not like Esau right now. He's like a whip, man. He's sending drones. Yeah, sending drones out there attacking people. And he's 1,000 million miles away. Okay, you can't even see him. Okay, but he's killing people. You know. But that's how the Lord gonna do him. He gonna do him like that when he drop those nukes on him, man. Okay, he's coming right back at you.
Hey, as soon as says he that killed with the sword must
Be killed with the sword. That's right. That's right.
And the lasers, man.
What'd you say?
And the lasers.
Yeah.
The Lord comes back with his armies of heaven.
Yep.
Esau tries to fight it. Doesn't perceive but the smell of smoke.
Yep.
Blast up in the air. It's good.
Bro, I seen a video of a guy trying to fix a fuse or something, and he did something and he turned into a powder.
Right away, huh? He just,
It's Isaiah 9 and 5 again. For every battle the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but there shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Different type of warfare, man. Alright?
Warfare, man. Listen. Burning fuel fire.
and the thing about it is, people say, well, hit me with the nuclear fire, I'm good, I'm good. You don't want that. They acting like you just gonna get hit with the nuclear fire, and then you just gonna die. You know, and then your spirit just gonna go on up. You know, the Most High gonna make that spirit stay down there, man. Okay, Most High gonna hold you down there in that fire and make your spirit know that pain.
Say must know it after death by pain.
Yep,
You gotta feel some pain.
they won't feel the pain,
There'll be
man.
no instantaneous death.
Yep.
Hey, the tongue shall melt, the eyes shall melt, the whole thing will death.
Zechariah 14.
Hey, that's what Anthony said that used to be in the camp. That's what he said.
I never spent that.
Yeah, he was like, just let her, I'll just eat a missile then. You know? They taking this thing lightly, man. Okay, this is not a light thing. This is the most heaviest thing in the world. Okay, this is the most heaviest thing that would ever happen in the world, man. As we know. Okay?
Well, that's why Jeremiah asked the Lord, how long shall these people hear and not understand?
Yeah.
And the Lord said, until the cities be thrown down.
There you go.
Until the mutes come.
All right.
He wasn't blind.
All right.
Because he wasn't blind. Joel chapter 2, verse 3. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. And the land is as the Garden of Eden. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yeah, America's paradise. We got beautiful parts of America, but when the missiles come, this shit's gonna be a desert. Eventually. But yeah, man, this is everyone's worst fear. That the Most High launches missiles upon this place. These American people, they can see it now. They're like, damn, we can go to a nuclear war.
Like you said, these places, this is people that it's going to be destroyed, and the world is going to turn this place into sand. Yeah. It's going to be sand, like 9/11. Remember those two big tall buildings? They were over 100 stories. The building downtown is half the size of all the buildings in LA. It's half the size and half the width. Those things came down and was like dust. Okay, everything that was inside of it turned to dust, man. You didn't see one desk, one chair, one stove, one refrigerator. Okay, you didn't see no airplane parts. You didn't see nothing, man. You see dust. The dust just came. Okay, that's how America is going to be. When these nukes hit, man, it's just going to be dust. You know, like it says, when that nuke, when those lasers hit your body,
All that radiation.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna feel that shit to your core.
When like on War of the Worlds, it was cooking the bodies. It was just turning it to dust, man. Okay.
It's like you're being microwaved. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And it's not gonna be like on Planet of the Apes, right? At the end, they showed some sand, right? They showed the sand, but they had the Statue of Liberty head sticking out. You know what I'm saying? This place, you're not gonna recognize what New York was. You're not gonna recognize what any place. You're not gonna recognize what the Mississippi River was. It's gonna be dried up.
This is streams burning pitch. Streams are bodies living like a river. The stream of water turns to burning pitch.
Yep.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, but like you said, the American, they're so asleep, bro. They're really not paying attention to what's going on.
But you got some that are watching the news.
Of course, yes.
But they don't believe. They don't really believe that something like this is going to happen to America because America's that virgin. Okay? No real wars ever happened here. Only civil war happened here. No, what they call international wars has happened. It's never been touched by another nation like that. Yeah.
Blood of our people, they're really not totally gone. There's more focus on folly, distraction, finals right now and all that.
Yeah, the majority of these people aren't focused on the draft, man. What's gonna happen? You know, they don't stand for nothing, man. They don't believe in shit. Like I said. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what happens to a virgin?
Hallelujah.
Pop 'em. That blood, exactly. And that's what's going to come from this place, man. A lot of blood. The blood shall be where? Up to the horse's bridle, man, in this place, man. Because it's the virgin, it's going to be a virgin as far as the civil war between one people fighting against another people. You know, that's going to be heavy.
It's gonna be all at once,
Yeah, all these things are going to happen at once. The animals coming out, devouring people, you know. Blood going to be everywhere, man. You know, and this is what the Lord wants. Okay, show His power, man, and His disdain and His hatred for this place, man.
Supernatural too. What's gonna be coming out? Spirits.
Hey, that the Virgin Mary statue you might have, imagine that shit come to life. Like blood, eyes on fucking red.
Exactly.
That Super J statue they got, a big ass one, come out of the car and start taking it.
Hey, but our people rather take the chances with all of this than to fear the Lord. Yeah, man. Our people rather take the chance, gamble with their life, man, than to seek the Lord. They rather do all of that. That's coming. Than to seek Yahweh Shema maybe get mercy, you know? That's crazy.
Our people have no idea what's to come. But Jake, I know the Lord has men out here to warn you.
Yeah. That's why Obadiah says the pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Okay? Because all these people are proud out here, man. They've taken on the spirit of Babylon, man. Okay, they proud against the Most High. You know, and our people even say, only God can judge me. That's one of their main sins, man. Only God can. Exactly, right?
That's not even what he was talking about. He was just talking about when the media was portraying him. Everybody having an opinion about him.
Right.
He said that he dumbass. He's saying 30 years later.
Right.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Literally. People don't melt, man, when the day of the Lord's wrath comes upon the earth. This is why the elect needs to be beamed up. Be hid from that indignation. Like it says in the first chapter, who shall abide the Lord's indignation, his righteous anger? Alright, no one's gonna abide if you're here on the soils of America. Right? It says, therefore shall all the hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So that day is a cruel day. It's a very terrible day. Alright? The Lord is going to come out of this place to bring fire on the soils of America. Punish sinners, man. Notice how it says sinners. What is a sinner? Alright? Someone that commits sin. Okay? It shows that the Lord hates sin. He hates the sinner. And he's going to bring punishment on those that willingly sin, man. Okay? It says, for the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light, the sun shall be darkened and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause the light to shine. What's going to cause that? That nuclear destruction. It's going to be so bad, you're going to have mushroom clouds going to block out the sun. That's why there's a thing called nuclear winter. You're going to have a nuclear winter. Ain't sunlight, food ain't, crops are not going to grow, fish and animals are going to die, people are going to die. Okay?
Look at Eli.
The world needs light. Hey, the earth gives its own light, you know. Daytime, even if the sun's not out, it's still daytime. So it has its own light. Okay? The earth, the fruit, everything, they still need the sun.
Yeah.
You people, you try, like you mentioned earlier, it's called hiding from the sun. You want to get dark. You don't know how important it is for you to be in the sun.
Yeah, bro, when I feel tired or lazy, I sit in the sun for a few minutes, I feel
You
good.
get natural vitamin D instead of taking it as a pill.
Yeah.
You know? Sunbathe. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, you ever notice, like, bro, you ever notice that people that dream about the day of the Lord, they're always crying and terrified.
That
It's
bad.
never just a calm video. It's always like, I see them come, and it was people dying. It's
Hey,
always
college-
tears, bro.
Harlot's white.
Yeah.
He said, don't do nothing to them. I have to suffer horrible visions. Look at them. Probably saw the second his second return. Don't say.
Like Gabriel dream.
Yeah, he probably, they don't say what dreams she had, but they put a constellation. What terrible dream did the Lord have given you? The day that he returned. The day, you know, speaking as a man, but the day that he returned, he started killing on himself. Who knows? She said dreams, so it wasn't just one, it had to be continuously dreaming.
Yeah, that's how visions work. You wake up and then it continues.
Right out months back, like, father could have been a dick.
Yeah.
Or his woman could have been a dick.
Because he was like, he had like integrity, you know. He wanted to wash his hands.
Yeah.
It could have been great.
Yeah, it sounds like Jay. He don't want to get punished for it. He wash his hands, man. Don't get me for this.
It says, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right, man. That's when the Lord's gonna humble all you, man, especially you Edomites. Alright, though your pride, though thou exalt thyself as the Lord, the Lord brings you down. Okay? Losing all pride, man. You ain't walking pride, especially you Americans.
Yeah, bro. I've been working in customer service, and it be little kids with pride, and I'm just like shocked, like, sure they're eating. Yeah, bro, like, why you, like, barely 11 and you got pride? I just gotta, like, just deal with this, what do they think?
That's what they let their children be like that. They don't wanna suppress them like they suppress us. You know, they'll suppress us. They'll suppress our child. They won't suppress their own children.
It's so rare to find people that are humble, low down to earth in Babylon. That's just amazing. It's like finding a jewel, bro. People are so quiet, comfortable everywhere.
But, yeah, that was good.
Like, this better than he's older than 25 and 33.
I got something to do.
Ooh, that boy look good.
Go on.
That's the same old way, man.
Yo, what that say?
What that say?
That's the
Don't fear.
brother. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, that thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
You gotta start when you're young. Now when you get older, your life is boring out. You don't want to put this on the fun. Not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can give my life to the Lord. I'm gonna start changing.
Yeah, you just God, yeah. You don't just put it to the side, man. If you hear this word, that's when it's supposed to stop.
I deal with this crazy ass shit that works. Like, I give my life to the Lord. Oh, you know, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good shit. Alright? And when you start doing being a demon, I thought you give your life to the Lord, man. What happened? What happened?
That's all it takes to Lord, you know?
That's like Christianity's bullshit, bro.
That's how I was talking about that picture I saw somebody, right? It was a picture, a cartoon picture, and it had a sign up and it says, I believe in God. It had a Y in the street. It had 100 people, 150 people following that. And then on the other side of the Y, the other way, it says, I obey God. And it only had 3 people.
Yeah, the difference between believing and I believe.
The Lord said, you love me. Keep my
There
commandments.
you go.
Faith doesn't sacrifice.
Hey, man, I didn't hear that until I came to the church.
Faith.
Yo, you love me, keep my commandments. I ain't never bring that out.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that until I came to the church.
They want to push out grace, like that's the end all be all.
God's all love. All
Yeah.
love's good.
Oh, the law is done away with.
Or Romans 3:31, cut that.
Yeah.
So we make void the law because of faith.
Hey, the Lord kept the law when he was walking around. All right.
Hey,
Paul the law.
Paul kept the law too.
Yeah.
Paul the law.
Yeah.
He had the power to forgive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he's so arithmetically he doesn't hide you. Any man condemn you? No.
He'll tell him, sin no more.
It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds turn after the rain. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
People in the house, the economy,
Everyone knows
seeing
it.
the economy dwindling, the American economy dwindling, all is getting ready to collapse.
Oh man, people are a lot of people are homeless, a lot of people are being evicted, a lot of people can't find work.
A lot of people can't afford daily necessities. Barely make it.
Everything's going up except the wages are good, man.
Hey, why do you think everyone's using apps?
Yeah,
There's a way
I would consider it that.
There's a thing called Curry, and a thing called Amazon Express. All of them. The wait is wow.
Hey bro, I be at the job, right? I be at the job, 2 or 3 people call every time asking like, hey, are you hiring?
I be at the job and literally the hours slow down in the grinding department. Alright, because of the whole going strike.
What happens? Companies, when they get slow, they either let you go or cut your hours.
Yeah, the
It's
contracts.
better be have cut hours than being let go.
Bro, I've been hearing people's testimony like, hey, my spouse lost his job at the warehouse, the company went out of business,
Yeah.
or his hours is cut at the other one. Like people that have 2 or 3 jobs, both at the same time. That's happening everywhere.
But it's going to be a point where it says grinding shall cease. There's going to be no more work at all, no matter what's coming out. Alright? Not even if you're like considered an essential worker.
Yeah, hey,
You know? People at the zoos ain't going to be working. The people that manage the casino ain't going to be working. People at the hospital ain't going to be working.
man, there ain't nobody managing the old people, they're gonna die.
Yeah, God, yeah. You literally said it. It's logical. They live on machines.
And they need someone to watch their crazy old ass.
Yeah.
There's a program that you work at they pay you open service, do groceries, wash your clothes, clean the house, shit like that.
Hey,
All that's about everything.
but that's why they're going to push out that device so heavy. Alright, because hey, once there's no employment anywhere, hey, they're going to implement that.
A universal basic income.
Yeah.
Regular income. They're using this income just enough so you can get by.
Yeah, just enough, yeah.
You know? When you go and eat income, you don't money go to the right?
Yeah. And if you go against them, like brother said earlier, they could just shut it off just like that. Alright, then you're asked up. Really, either way, if you take it, you're already asked up.
It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. The doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. All the doors of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is not, is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and that's pretty much on that. You know, it's going into how everything is getting destroyed, and everything gonna be left unhandled.
Yeah, there's not going to be a bounce back. They're not going to be able to bounce back in return. Alright, make this place all great again, like they're saying. Alright, there is no hope for Babylon.
Oh, let me get verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear the Most High, and keep His commandments, for this is the road to be a man.
That's why we were sent to earth, to worship the Heavenly Father and His Son. You know, keep His commandments. Everybody's wondering, what is my purpose in life? What should I be? Who am I? Your sole purpose is to worship Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's only for the nation of Israel.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his sword. be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Right? So right now is the time to repent. All right, we don't want to be caught up in this judgment that's coming. All right, it's about that. All right. It says, verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been the golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
That's why everybody's walking around still thinking, y'all sound stupid, don't know anything, filled up with doctrine. So the so-called white man, and you can't tell them nothing. It's because everybody's walking around drunk, man, intoxicated with philosophy of the damn devil.
It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, be she may be healed. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Well, it's like a mockery. And most sides mocking Babylon. Because this place is not meant to be healed, man. So Esau could come with a whole digital system trying to heal America or save his kingdom. It's not going to work. Alright, nothing you do is going to fix society once you collapse. You know, nothing you do to keep on ruling is going to work, man. Babylon's going to be through, man. America is not coming back. There is no making America great. The only thing that's going to make this place great is the destruction of Babylon.
It says, and let us go into his own country, where her judgment reaches unto the heavens.
Yeah, and everybody's getting the hell up out of America right now. Yeah. Everybody's buying a ticket to go back home. Why is that? Because they see something is about to happen here. They feel the tension that's in the air. You know?
It says, and it is lifted up even into the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord.
Yeah, man. The world's about to witness the work of Yahweh by Shimon. The destruction of Babylon, you know, the deliverance of his elect men. But yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying, you know, giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, HaKodash.
Barakah Yahweh,
Barakah Yahweh, Barakah Yahushai, Barakah Yahweh, Barakah Yahushai.
Double honors to the apostles,